welcome to Movies, Films, and Flicks. I am Mark Hoffmeyer, and joining me as a man who is currently stuck inside of a chimney and about to sing a song is Norbert Morvan.
Merry Christmas, look out. Bright light, you fed them after midnight. Gremlins, yeah.
Yes, that's beautiful. So before we started this episode, Norbert was just plucking away on his guitar. He was singing some acoustic, Coldplay to me for about 3 hours. It was...
It's this Lenny Kravitz song I'm trying to figure out from '97. I found the tab online, and it's wrong because, of course. So I figured out the basic melody. But yeah, I'm working it out. Yeah, Coldplay, man. That's what we do when we're drunk in the pub.
But before, I've heard Coldplay sung I heard Coldplay sung acoustically in Korea by some of the Irish guys there.
Listen, the UK invasion of Korea, you and I saw it happen. It was a wave, and it's done now. It's over. But yeah, those cats would come in, and you knew Friday, Saturday, Sunday night.
Yeah, lots of Oasis.
And lots of Oasis. And just like, what would be great to listen to while we're drunk and trying to have a good time? Coldplay. Like, what? I don't understand.
And Damien Rice. I mean, listen, I you know what, though? I respect that people would get up in front of a crowd with a guitar and sing. I mean, that takes some... They're doing. But when it's the same Damien Rice song 8 times in a row... Love.
Can't take my eyes off of her.
And then the other one, love, time in a line.
See, open mic night is one thing, but I'm just talking about the bars packed. It's 1 a.m., table of shots is lined up, and then people, every week on cue.
You're dying here living on a prayer.
Or the American drunk white people staple, come on Eileen, oh at
this moment, or Sweet Caroline.
Sweet Caroline, do it.
Ba, ba, ba.
Good time never felt so good.
So good. So good. So I gotta tell you something. I was a bouncer before I met you, and after I met you. But before I met you, I was a bouncer in St. Petersburg, and I worked at this place that was across the street from a baseball stadium, and the Tampa Bay Rays played there. Now, when I was in Korea the year they went to the World Series, which blew my mind because I was a massive fan and I missed it. But the games never filled up. You could go there, park for free, get a hot dog, free hat. They just load you up. They just give you leave the thing with tons of tchotchkes in your hands because they just want you in there. But whenever the Red Sox came to play, I mean, all right, so the Red Sox come to play, and I'm a bouncer at this bar, and it went from maybe 5,000 people to 80,000 in this stadium. And then for some reason, they all come over to the bar afterwards, and there's just House of Pain playing on a loop, jump around. And I had to throw so many people out of the bar that, I'm not saying they're from Boston, but it was Red Sox fans. And I just had to toss. I'm serious. We were across the street from a police station. And so I would just grab them during a fight and then walk them over there. And then the cops would be like, what am I going to do with them? I'm like, I don't know. I don't want them. And so I would just walk it was me and a couple other people just walking them across the street because there were just so many things. So here in Sweet Caroline, the point is everyone's saying Sweet Caroline. And it just...
they're from Boston, man. It's okay.
And like we did not allow Dropkick Murphys or Flogging Molly. Like Shipping Off to Boston or Amazing Grace. I love those songs, but if those turns on, you have a riot on your hands.
Wow, man, you just took it back from me with the Dropkick Murphys, man.
Oh man, yeah. So I mean, that's just. But I gotta say, so I put you on the spot, and your song was pretty amazing, and you're closing the episode with this as well.
I'm gonna try, man. I'm gonna work on some more lyrics as we speak because I'm that guy.
So one of my friends, Dave, that I work Comic-Cons with him from years. He lives in Austin, Texas. He works at Alamo Drafthouse. Super cool guy. We did an episode about the Warriors, and he found glass bottles, and he opened and closed with Warriors, and then he did the sign out of Movies, Films, and Flicks on the Warriors episode. And oh man, that movie is so badass, and it's 90 minutes. It's 90 minutes. It goes by so fast.
It does. And it's a terrifying prospect actually because Can you count, suckers?
Yeah.
It's very simple.
Can
it's very
you
simple.
dig it?
Yeah. There are 60, 70,000 of us right now. All we have to do is say F the cops and be a team. And it's robot fighting time. We run this city.
Can I ask you a weird question? So Cleon gets wiped out early by the Rift, so we don't know how good of a fighter he is. We know Cochise is tough. We know Cowboy's pretty tough. But who would win, Swan or Ajax in a fight?
Which one was
Ajax was
James
the big
Brookbar?
brawler who would lift it, like he got strapped to he got tricked by the lady, and then he got arrested and knocked out a cop with one arm. And he's the one that started destroying the baseball Furies. And Swan is the guy who, like, he becomes the lead, Swan.
Ah, okay. I would have said James Remar, but it's been a long time since I saw that. Oh, okay, Swan, yeah. So I thought it was
Remar's
Remar.
Ajax. Sorry, Remar's Ajax. Yeah, Michael Beck is Swan.
Man, the last contact I've had with that movie was the Rockstar game.
Oh yeah.
On PS2 and PC, the Warriors, and that was really gully, man. You did some brutal, violent things, and they made it really look like just the burnt out husk of New York that New York City was in the late 70s. So yeah, I would have gone with Remar, but I guess since he got taken out early, I guess I got to go with the eventual leader.
You know, he wasn't the leader. The director just hated the guy Fox, and so they killed him on the subway and didn't put him in the credits. So then they made Swan the lead.
That's the worst.
I love it, man. That Blu-ray, if you ever get the Blu-ray, The Warriors, it's stocked. Yeah. And also, I guess I'll segue into Gremlins. I mean, Gremlins is a stock Blu-ray. I listened to 2 commentaries, bunch of extras, and I'm really happy that you recommended this movie because released in 84, rated PG. This and Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom were pretty much responsible for the PG-13.
Seriously.
So when this came out, I was 2. But since it was PG, I probably watched it when I was 7. I have moments from my childhood that are really burnt in my memory. Like the first time I watched 101 Dalmatians, Cruella de Vil. Mm-hmm. When I was 9, I saw Ernest Scared Stupid. I'm serious, dude. I couldn't sleep for a month. Then I watched this movie, Gremlins. And there's 3 moments in this movie that are all-timers for me. And so one of them is Kate Berenger's story about her dad dying in a chimney.
Oh my God, yes.
That's
horribly done.
Like, so you know what's really interesting about this is it was in the original script. So the original script that was written for this before, Chris Columbus and other people got a hold of it, the mom was killed, her head got rolled towards Billy. I mean, violent, crazy movie. But but the story about Christmas, about the father, a monologue about a father dying in a chimney, and that's why she doesn't like Christmas. When you're 7 and you hear that, and the way they shot it with the light in her face and the way it gets closer to her, and I love how during that scene, Billy Peltzer, Zach Galligan's character, he's looking around. He doesn't really care what she has to say in the beginning, but as the story progresses, he just stares at her like, what is happening? When you're 7, man. And I don't know what your experience was with this first time you heard this story, but when she unleashes this, my 7-year-old brain just went, what just happened? Oh, wait.
This is what this movie does to you, man. I watched this movie as a very young kid, and I always get that scene. And When Doves Cry, the music is mixed up because that song, the Gremlins Rag, it has that same weird techno synth, so I always get those 2 things mixed up. And when Kate starts talking about, and I went to the chimney to look for my dad, and, there was this funny smell. As soon as that hits, you realize, okay, PG no longer makes sense for this movie. Because she's gone from just, I hate Christmas because of the songs and the tinsel to, I hate Christmas because my father is dead in a chimney for a week and a half. And you can't even laugh. You just have to sit there and kind of just look at the floor. Okay, that's what Billy does. Yeah. That's why he starts staring. Because he's one of those people, hey, it's Christmas time. Everything's great. Would you like some eggnog? Let's go down the street and talk to Father Thompson about the chip-chap. And she's like, no. My father died on Christmas. He broke his neck in a chimney. I don't like Christmas. Okay, Kate.
Oh, man.
I draw comic books. You're done.
She's way out of his league in this movie.
By far.
I will say the one thing I like about Billy is another thing. I don't know if you've ever noticed this, but you'll never not notice it. During the commentary, Zach Galligan said that during the filming of this, he was so focused with his eyes that he would leave his mouth open the entire time. And the editor told the director, Joe Dante, I don't know what to do with this. His mouth is open every shot. So there's a lot of scenes where they just cut away from him and go to other people because his mouth was just a gap because he was trying to do eye acting, which is interesting. But the one thing I like about Billy, at least the problem happens. He's not warned. His dad does not do a good job telling him what happens. It's an accident that, he goes to an adult. The adult messes it up. He's trying. But in the end, though, he and Kate and Gizmo, they try to stop it. So in the beginning, he's a good kid, but I guess he's paying for his family too, since his dad doesn't do anything. So that's why he still lives at home. But
clearly, his father does these inventions that work for the first 10 minutes. And so the whole movie has this overarching theme of, you know what, maybe you shouldn't try to change things so often, because his father is constantly trying to improve upon the orange juice maker, the coffee machine. The guy is trying to improve on the cordless phone.
The smokeless ashtray.
The smokeless ashtray, the Peltzer pet. And he's just very careless because one day he's going to strike it big. And that's that he wants to do. He doesn't care about the rules for Gizmo because, whatever, shut up. You're just a guy who's about to drop dead in Chinatown anyway, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And so that's what this is, man. This movie is just about not being careful. You're not taking care of business. And then just, terror ensues, man.
And I think that's why it works and I guess another thing I like about these characters are they just go out to stop it. They just realize we got to stop this. And I like that about it. I think these, I don't know, Kate and Billy, they just put themselves in some pretty crazy situations to wipe these things off the map because it was their fault. Absurd. It's a good, okay, I'm not saying this movie has a great moral, but I do think what you said is perfect, but not Kate, she's a badass, but the two, they just helped unleash it, and now they're just trying to solve the problem. Because if these gremlins keep spawning, obviously, if you can get to them before when they're in their putrid state,
putrid state,
like his mom, you could probably get them. But I mean, if these things start multiplying in empty areas, it's an apocalypse. So they just
this is it, man.
They just go after them and they get it done, and that I guess I just love it. And another part for me is my second part is Mrs. Peltzer, Frances Lee McCain, Lynn Peltzer. So I wrote an article for Cracked about horror characters who need more appreciation. So there's a kid in World War Z, there's a girl in It Follows, and Mrs. Peltzer. Mrs. Peltzer was supposed to get her head chopped off and just die. But in this movie, she hears gremlins in her house, so she picks up a knife. Then she walks into a kitchen. Aside from Deep Blue Sea, well, no, I'd put Gremlins kitchen fight ahead of the Deep Blue Sea kitchen fight. I really would.
Oh, it has to be.
And that blows people's minds. They get angry. And Raid 2's top 5 as well. But other than that, Sudden Death is in the top 5 as well. But number 1 is Gremlins. Because, in these horror movies, Norbert, the mom would die. Or the mom would run away screaming. Or the mom would...
1984, 100%. Oh my God, where's Billy? Yeah.
She would putrefy in fear.
She would shrink up in the corner and, this can't happen. Where is my child? This can't be happening to me. That woman grabs a knife and decides it is robot fighting time and eliminates each and every gremlin that was in that kitchen, at least.
I mean,
she got them all in the kitchen.
It's cold-blooded. So the first one she puts in the blender or the food processor, and it just becomes it becomes Jello. Just green goo flies everywhere. And it's brutal. The other one, she picks up a food tray like a Spartan warrior fighting in a war and a knife, and she blocks these plates, porcelain plates. I mean, if one of us got hit with a plate in the face, it's gonna hurt. She is using that TV tray, as a shield, and she stabs that gremlin 3 times like Michael Myers.
Yeah. Repeatedly, bro. She goes for it, man. Yeah.
Not in my kitchen. Not in my... And the background, that thing isn't dead yet. It's still writhing in the background when she's fighting the third one.
Yes, you see it.
And it's just in pain, stabbed to death. She didn't even give it the dignity of cutting its head off.
No, she didn't murder it. She let it suffer there for a minute because it's my kitchen, damn it. That's right.
And then she grabs the roach spray, blasts another one in the face, which is industrious thinking. So she's not letting terror take over her. She is aware of her surroundings, and she puts it in the microwave. And it's one of my favorite all-time kills. I mean, it's beautiful, isn't it, when it blows up in that microwave?
Man, that thing is in there for a while. It's looking left, it's looking right, and then it snarls a little bit, and then splash. It was gross, dude. I wasn't even 10 years old, I think, when I saw this movie, man. And it was insane to see. And yes, the whole time, that thing is still struggling to breathe behind her with just holes in it. 3 of them, as you've gone to mention. So she shows the initial, but not really. The fear doesn't come until the Christmas tree just gets on top of her.
Stripe.
Yeah.
And that establishes him as a badass.
Well, Stripe hangs out in the background, I think.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
There's 5 of them, right? Mm-hmm. She takes out 3 in the kitchen, okay? And then the one gets introduced to us by, it's not Christmas lights after all, actually. It's the eyes of a creature inside the tree. And then it just launches itself on her. And so now her incredible New York City street fighting knife skills, we can't use those anymore because the tree is now defending the gremlin, as well as just the fact that the gremlin's a beast and a half. And Stripe is over in the corner, not like college football coach Lou Holtz, just calling plays, man, and just organizing terror.
And it's a good way to do it, though, because she took those 3 out in open combat, but then the tree jumps her, and she's kind of defenseless. And then I like that Billy comes in. And listen, Pelter took care of herself. She wasn't dead yet. She was doing a good job. But he comes in with the sword that had been set up 18 times already. You know, it falls off the thing. I mean, that's like a great Chekhov sword.
That's right, Chekhov sword.
and he decapitates a gremlin, and its head flies into the fireplace.
Mm-hmm.
It's beautiful.
Mm-hmm. So these things die hard, man.
This family, aside from the dad, they're pretty hardcore, man. Like, they'll go at these things. They go to battle. And then Stripe cries. He wipes his face with the curtains.
Well, actually, he's
he crying?
Cold. He's sneezing. It's
he's sneezing. Oh, okay.
Yeah. He's just been born. It's kind of cold. He's deciding, am I staying in or am I going out? And he needs to reproduce, man. You get all the extra information from the George Geip, rest in peace, novelization, Gremlins, the book. And let me tell you, man, he gives you just all the backstory on Gizmo, on Stripe, just the amazing things that he says. These creatures, as they have these long conversations, because where do you think the gremlins come from, Mark?
Well, I did some research, and I found out that Mogwai means demon, and traditionally reproduce during the rainy seasons. And Mogwai means in Cantonese, demon or evil spirit. And then they reproduce during the rainy seasons, and they're made to cause peace, right, around the planet.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the thing?
The one that I got, you see, the novelization that I got from George, R.I.P., is that they were created by Mogturman, you see. And Mogturman created them to live in peace and harmony, but he realized that unlimited reproduction, not so good. So there had to be a way to easily get rid of them. And the scenes that the Mogwai talk to each other, I'm not trying to be like my parents and call every video game Nintendo. First they're Mogwai, then they're Gremlins. Okay.
And if we mess it up, you know what we mean.
That's right. So, yeah. The galactic powers ordered the Mogwai sent to every inhabitable planet in the universe. Their purpose to inspire alien beings with a peaceful spirit and intelligence, to instruct them the ways of living without violence and possible extinction. Among the planets selected for early Mogwai population were Kelm 6 in the Porous City range, Clinth A of the Beehive Pollux, and the 3rd satellite of Minor Sun, number 67672, a small but fertile body called Earth by its inhabitants. Mogturman.
Wow.
That's what it is. Mm-hmm.
That's a terrible idea. That reminds me of Ego from Guardians of the Galaxy 2, planting that little seed on every planet so that he can be everywhere at once and not lose his power.
It's a lot. It's definitely a lot, yeah.
Oh man, I love the way these things communicate. And in the commentary, they had oh gosh, I have his name, the guy who did the name. Oh man, where's it at? the guy who did the name for Gizmo, Howie Mandel.
Howie Mandel did the voice of Gizmo, and Frank Welker, a.k.a. the voice of Megatron, did the voice of Stripe.
It's amazing. And they had Howie do German. They had him do Mandarin. They had him do Portuguese. So they had him do Gizmo's voice in a bunch of different languages. So that this movie, dude, with inflation just domestically made $426 million.
It was not expected to be so successful. Like, you knew that Spielberg was behind it. The special effects, for what it's worth, still hold up. But there's no way that they thought this movie was going to make nine figures. No way.
And it did. And it turned out to be just a blockbuster because, I mean, it's world building. It's fun. Yeah. It's bonkers. It's weird. You introduce a new creature. You introduce a new life form. You have weird story. You know what? I think some of the biggest movies that hit like this just are weird. So you have the story about her father. You have the kitchen fight, the decapitations. And you know what else I love too is Spielberg. The studio wanted that line out, the Christmas story monologue out, and he went up to Joe Dante and said, "Hey Joe, I don't think this should be in there. Do you?" And Joe's like, "Listen, man, I've done a lot of stuff for the studio. I've worked with you. I want this line. I want this movie to have it." And Spielberg goes, "Okay, it's on you."
Hey, man, you know, every once in a while, Spielberg gets it wrong. It would have been bad to take that out. But in our previous podcast, The Galaxy Quest, remember he wanted Missy Pyle to have a bigger role. And she definitely enhanced that movie.
Oh, yeah. She was hilarious. Oh, that movie's perfect. Yeah. That movie's perfect.
Yeah. And so, yeah, man. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. But yeah, so, and also, too, this movie, I really think if you're interested in learning about film, they shot this movie for about 2 months, and then they stopped. They filmed all the principals, like Zach Galligan, Phoebe Cates, all the actors. And then they did another 3 months with just the gremlin. And so there's scenes where like Gizmo's head, it's 2 foot big, the close-ups. They have scenes where the book that he's sitting on are huge. And so they look like little books, but they're all built large to get better shots. So this movie took about 6 months of no sleep of some of the best people in the business just puppeteering these little murderous gremlins who are getting decapitated. Yeah. So if you're a studio head, Norbert, and you go to set on the day where a woman is blowing up gremlins, and you're hearing this story, and you're going, what did we put our money in? And I have a question for you. Do you think in the beginning, they used the backlot of Back to the Future and those different movies? It's a very Wonderful Life type movie in the beginning. Very traditional. It's filmed traditionally. But then it goes bonkers. Do you think they did that on purpose to sort of lull people into thinking, oh, hey, this is going to be nice? Like Psycho with Hitchcock. He filmed it in black and white. And then when it went crazy, people went, what?
No, I got you.
Do you think they did that?
This is the same reason why I am a huge fan of From Dusk Till Dawn. Because these movies start off one way. And by the end of this movie, okay, Billy's got an arrow in his arm, a cut on his forehead. He's had a concussion, at least. He's almost been cut in half by a chainsaw, blown up and murdered. All right. And From Dusk Till Dawn starts off, oh, it's a bank robbery movie. No big deal. Oh, wait a minute. There are vampires now. What the hell's going on? And you're not ready for it. So there's no internet in 84, of course. So word of mouth gets around. Dude, this movie is out of control. You got to see Gremlins because it starts off so cute and it's wonderful. And the next thing you know, people have been murdered. And the movie is not ambiguous about it either. Futterman and his wife are supposed to die. They're supposed to be dead. Okay. Gerald, he dies too. They cut that out of the movie. Gerald is supposed to be dead in the bank. They're supposed to find him when, they're taking that little break in between time and Phoebe Cates is giving her story about her dad. So Gerald's supposed to be dead. The Futtermans are supposed to be dead. They bring him back for part 2 because Futterman's an awesome character and his wife is adorable. But
Kentucky Crowler, what's the name of his thing? Kentucky. Oh man, I got the note. Sorry, I'll cut you out there.
Kentucky Harvester.
Yeah, Kentucky Harvester. Kentucky Harvester.
Yeah, Kentucky Harvester. Yeah. You're built in America, you know. Hey, you got a magnet. You should have got a Zenith. And there is this disturbing trend because it is 84 and the movies of that time were just, you know, hey, the Japanese are taking over the car market. The Japanese are taking over the electronics market. Hyundai is just coming out, Toyota. And there is an undercurrent in a lot of the Hollywood movies. Hey, buy American. Stop buying foreign stuff. And so he represents that. But then, of course, he gets to tie it in with, oh, yeah, so Gremlins,
There's something on the wing.
Yes.
Something. Oh, man. Gets Shatner in there.
Yeah, that's right. And according to the novelization, the 1983 Columbia Space Shuttle had a gremlin on board,
Wow.
This is what happens. Yeah.
I love that now. So now whenever I watch... Dante also worked on Twilight Zone, the movie with Spielberg, or the original show, Rod Sterling episode with them. I mean, when he's talking about gremlins, you see it. And you're like, were there gremlins? There could have been gremlins. I mean, it's totally fictional, but it's tied together in different universes. So it could happen. I guess it could happen.
It is 100%. Okay, so here's the question for you, Hoffmeyer. How long does it take for you to accidentally douse your Mogwai in water? Because it seemed like it took Billy maybe an hour and a half.
Yeah. He brought... Oh, so you know what's funny? Corey, he was supposed to be younger in the movie, Billy Peltzer. Yeah. But that's why Corey Feldman's in it, because they didn't change the age of Corey Feldman's character. They just kept he's hanging out with this young kid. So it's supposed to be two young kids hanging out together and dealing with this, as opposed to Billy hanging out with him. How long would it take? Okay, I get a gremlin. No water can get on him.
Yeah, I mean, you get the Mogwai. The father explicitly tells you, don't give it water. He doesn't tell you it causes him to reproduce, but he's just like, no water.
Now, they can drink. Okay, we saw the gremlins drinking beer, and they weren't turning. Only Stripe turned when he did a cannonball into the pool. So I just can't get any water on this guy.
That's it. And on the dirt.
It seems to be maybe sweat. It seems to be maybe... I'd be careful.
Okay, now...
3 days.
Okay, me, as you can see, I have these all over my house. I drink... These are 2-liter bottles of water, and I drink 1.5 to 2 of those a day. So my daddy gives me, hey, Norbert, here's this thing called a Mogwai. Don't get him wet. Don't feed him after midnight. No bright lights. As you can see, I've already murdered him. My windows are always open. Mm-hmm. I also play video games on a 42-inch screen TV. That's a bright light. Wow. I think I killed this thing by the end of the first week, just by accident.
Because when you wash dishes, right, you'll have some water. Or if you're drinking from a cup with some ice in it, you could spill some water. If you accidentally bonk your coffee over when it's near you.
Yeah.
I would put him in all right, go. So in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, Groot gets a Ravager suit made by the tailor. I would put Gizmo in some waders. So he's just walking around in some adorable little waders all the time. And if he's not happy, I'll just be like, listen, I know you understand me. You are a higher intellect. I gotta tell you, I don't want to get you wet. And so I made you this mini wader. Mm-hmm. Now you can have it off when I'm walking around the house, when I'm asleep, you can take it off. But just if you're around me, wear this wader. That's a fair trade.
Please, in the name of Mog Turman, keep yourself dry, my young Mogwai friend. I want you to be as dry and non-moist as possible. It's for all of our benefits to keep you non-moist. I'm gonna mop the floor. Oops, he falls on the mop floor. Bang. What the... Jeez.
Yeah.
I got a house full of these things now.
I mean, I would love to have Gizmo as a... having Gizmo as a pet's tough because it's not a pet.
Right.
Gizmo is smarter than we are. I mean, the kid...
This is the thing.
It wouldn't be a pet. So you would have to treat it as a roommate.
Exactly. He's your companion, And we haven't discussed, what does their poo look like? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because clearly they eat, one thing that the book said, you could feed them anything. You didn't have to feed them filet mignon. You could just cut a piece of tire off and just give it to them. And they'll just munch it down. You remember the one in the lab, he ate an apple. Yeah. And then he takes the glass test tube. Oh, yeah. Yeah. So they eat anything. They're like roaches in that way. So their fecal matter has to be minimum toxic.
Wow.
Right?
Yeah, you would have to have a litter box, I guess, with a little thing walking into it that they could just go to the bathroom in.
With just the biohazard symbol and UV lights to kill all potential bacterions, and also the power of Christ himself to keep whatever disease this thing, their waste has to be toxic, dude. Unless they don't excrete waste, which then that's a whole other thing. What are these things doing to, I mean, you can't just eat. You can't just eat at table and then just be like, I'm good. I don't have to poop.
Yeah, there'd be waste. Maybe since, wow, that's gremlin poop. They don't talk about that in the book?
You know what? Mog Turman, he didn't talk about that, man. But, I mean, he programmed them so that they can't kill each other. But
yeah, they throw each other down laundry chutes.
That's right. Or at least when they're Mogwai, they can't kill each other because they haven't unlocked the hitting power.
I mean, they need to store a lot of the food in them, though, because when he gets wet, he immediately shoots out half of his body weight.
Yeah, that's right. It's some serious exothermic reaction that's happening there.
There's some magic.
High school biology. Let's go. Yeah, and so also magic, you know.
It's like
that's what it is.
It's like adding water to. Oh, never mind. I was going to talk about exothermic things with like scotch and whiskey and everything.
I got the movie running around in the background and just Phoebe Cates in this hat. Good God, talking about Thursday. Oh man. This dude is way out of his league. Way out of his league, dude.
When he asked her out, I'm like, say no.
And for what it's worth, I don't think I've ever seen him in anything other than Gremlins and Gremlins 2, the new batch. This dude is out of his league, not only as a character, but just as an actor. He's so bland.
So, no, but I kind of like his earnestness. You know, it's interesting. It came down to him and Emilio Estevez. And Spielberg said that Estevez internalized too much. So they brought him in. But I think what they cast him for is there is an earnestness to him. And there's a gee golly to him. I think so. He's able to kind of pull off that wholesomeness. I think
that's the thing. He can't be in anything. Like, what else? Sorry. What else could you see him in?
Let's see. Well, no, he has a huge IMDb page. So I look through that. He's been in a ton of stuff. He was in Waxwork. He's worked steadily since this. So
yeah. It's not that he didn't have work, but there's no starring Zach Galligan. You know what I mean? Like, that's not a thing, you know? He could have gone Kevin Sorbo and just done the whole straight-to-DVD career, or what's that guy's name? Lorenzo Lamas.
Yeah.
You know, he's Renegade. But no, you know, because he's not super handsome, and he's not super charisma guy. He's just, hey, you know, tomorrow, if you're not busy, why don't we go to the sock hop and maybe we can, you know, play a game of Nintendo under the stars? Like, shut up, dude. Get out of here.
You gotta watch out for the Socs. No, wait. What was the Socs versus the Who in The Outsiders?
The Who, man. Oh my God.
But also, so my third favorite scene in this movie is one that has really stuck with me for years, and that's the bar scene where Kate is stuck in a bar serving these gremlins.
Oh, yes.
And like in this, you know what's weird? I've had a lifelong fascination. So I always joke around about people spinning around on ceiling fans. Mm-hmm. That had to have come from this movie with the ceiling fan gremlin. There's a gremlin who's drinking beer and his belly is expanding. There's a gremlin with 3 cigarettes in his mouth. There's one that smashes his face in popcorn. There's a flasher. There's one that smashes bottles. There's video game gremlins. There's a gremlin that sneezes in the beer. Stripe kills a gremlin. And then you have the jazz gremlin who's just sitting there going, oh yeah, oh, quiet. Then you got a gremlin with a puppet. You have a disco gremlin or like a flash dance gremlin. You have a gun, like another gun gremlin with a little hoodie with the balaclava over his face.
Yes, I mean, yes.
And then in the so get this. When the gremlin shoots at Billy, it misses and shoots an airplane in the background. Right. I mean, it's who are your okay, in this entire movie, who are your 3 favorite gremlins?
Okay. Favorite gremlins. Number 1, Jazz Gremlin. Number 2, Gremlin with the hand puppets that tries to cheer up Jazz Gremlin. And cracks himself up. And Jazz Gremlin's just trying to smoke a cigarette. Like, the hell is wrong with you, man? Okay. So that's number 1 and number 2 right there. Number 3 is initial hi-ho gremlin in the movie theater. Because I played this movie for my Korean students, and they all burst out laughing at the hi-ho scene. Hi-ho, hi-ho, it's off to work week. It's adorable, man. And then you realize, wait a minute, these are flesh-eating monsters that I'm cheering for. And that is what makes this movie so great, that you can have a favorite gremlin, that this no CGI, you can't see the wires, all these puppets, like hundreds of puppets, and you can pick out, this one's awesome, this one's awesome, I like that one too. Oh, look, that one's got a gun, isn't he adorable? This is such a great movie, man.
So underneath every stage, there was a pit where all the puppeteers were. They called it the pit. And then the scene in the bathroom where Billy puts Gizmo down and bandages him up, that thing was down. Like, they did a trick shot where it was already sitting there, and he handed it down to a guy all the way down on the floor, controlling Gizmo through a remote control through his butt. So the puppeteering on this is excellent. But I gotta say, okay, my favorite is the ceiling fan gremlin, because I just love that visual. And Joe Dante in the commentary is like, this doesn't even make sense. But I love it. And then it nails that thing perfectly with its head. My second favorite.
Jones. Go ahead.
My second favorite is I'm going to lump them into a group, but the Caroler gremlins.
Yes.
They put scarves on, Norbert. They had scarves.
Yes. You got to keep that neck warm. You don't want to get a cold. You got to keep that neck warm, yo. You got to keep that neck warm.
And then you're right. I got to go with Jazz Gremlin, because he has a little whiskey next to him, and oh yeah, oh man, no.
He has existed on Earth for less than 3 hours, and already he's like, you know what? I'm done. I'm fed up with existence. He's got his scotch. He is not even smoking the cigarette. He's holding it vertically and staring at it as it slowly burns. That gremlin is all of us, especially in 2020, man. That gremlin is all of us.
And they're just partying at the bar, and she's trying to keep them. There's the flasher. I like that in the second one, she's able to kick the flasher gremlin. So she gets revenge on that, like on a similar one, which makes me happy. And listen, she gets out of that bar. She goes taking pictures of the things, and then she escapes.
She represents, man.
I don't know. I dig it. So I like that the characters are down to fight.
This is post the first Rambo, but before, I think, First Blood Part 2. This is the Reagan era, you know. You don't call the cops, man. You get it done yourself. If there's a problem, you pick up that kitchen knife. Not in my kitchen! And you handle your BI. Let me tell you. So here is what you missed, my friend. The guy that Billy's talking to at the beginning.
Yeah.
That's Chuck Jones, man, a.k.a. Warner Brothers animator, who's into all this wild, wacky stuff. That's where you get the ceiling fan from. And that's how you get Gremlins 2, the new batch, just going completely off the rails with it's beyond now Jazz Gremlin. It's Transvestite Gremlin. And, it's also Salad Gremlin.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, man. And Chris Lee is there hanging out.
Yeah.
I do love when Chuck Jones goes, oh, hi, Gerald.
Yeah. Yeah, because even Chuck Jones doesn't like Gerald. And Chuck Jones invented Bugs Bunny, basically, for Christ's sake.
I do want to say... Oh, sorry. My bad.
No, I was just saying the Roadrunner. Go ahead.
Oh, that's such a classic cartoon. But I do love... before I forget, I do love the line reading that Zach Galligan gives when... They're watching Snow White, and they love it.
And they love it. Like, what?
Yeah, they're insane. That was a good line reading by him. I dug that a lot. But man, this movie is it's filled to the brim with just creativity and practical effects. And the guys working on this, when you listen to the commentary, they said that they were only probably 2 days ahead at any time. So they never slept. They were just always building. And in the beginning, I'm sure you know this, Gizmo was supposed to turn into a gremlin, but then someone saw a very smart, so they were going to film it, and he was going to become a gremlin, and you had this whole issue. But someone saw Gizmo, a studio head that I don't know who they gave credit to, but the guy just saw Gizmo and went, wait, that's money. Like, that's marketing. That's merchandise. And then they go, we're keeping Gizmo like that. So they had to do script rewrites. Then they had to redecorate Gizmo's body because they never made Gizmo walk. So in the second one, Gizmo's walking, but they never built that kind of a Gizmo. That's why he's driving at the end forever. Like, that's a big store. But they just said, okay, we're keeping him because he's adorable and marketing. So they changed that on the fly. And there's originally more Gremlins. The guy who set up all the Gremlins, he said, He said that, yeah, in the script, it says 700 gremlins are doing this. He's like, I'm going to die. Like, this is going to be the end of me. And at the end in the theater, so what they had every single crew person, costume, PAs, everybody.
Yeah, everybody. You get a gremlin, and you get a gremlin, and you get a gremlin. Exactly.
Yes, that's perfect. And the main ones were operated. In the back, they're all on cables. So the further back, the less manipulation. But every single cast member was there doing the Snow White thing. It was a bonding thing to get all these gremlins up and working. But the way they talk about it was very stressful to make because you're just designing these. You have some stop motion. You have all these critters. You're building new sets. There wasn't much of a budget on this either. But I think out of that lack of budget came, and I think backing by Spielberg, some real creativity happened.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. This is the beauty of this movie, man. They took the spirit of Chuck Jones and then literally put Chuck Jones in the movie with the wacky Warner Brothers 1950s, 1940s, hit a guy with a mallet over the head. And there are so many instances in the movie where you get notions of that wacky Warner Brothers creativity. Stripe bumps, for Christ's sake, Stripe. The tonal shifts in this movie, okay? Bonk. Stripe has a chainsaw. There's not even music playing to like lighten the mood. He's like rah, rah, and runs to try to cut the baseball bat that Billy is using to protect himself with. He's trying to murder him with a chainsaw. This is a dark scene. And then the light comes on. He hits his head against the wall. What the hell? Joe Dante. This is why Joe Dante went completely berserk in the second movie, because you could see that he doesn't care. He's not trying to make a horror movie necessarily. He's just trying to make something weird. But it came out so dark in the 84 version. The first version of Gremlins is so dark compared to the second one. The second one, it's got way too much music. It doesn't have a lot of moments where you let the moment sit and breathe. And that's why 2 is hilarious. 1 is scary.
Billy.
Yeah.
Billy, die.
Murder. Like these things are trying to murder him. Yeah.
And he's still going after the thing. Billy.
Yeah.
Oh man, I love this. All right, so how about this? We'll take a quick break. Then when we come back, we will talk more Gremlins. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Movies, Films, and Flicks. And how come you never let me drive? Because you're drunk. Oh, don't be an asshole. Those cops, man.
Dude, that is Mike Ehrmantraut.
Yeah, that blew my mind when I learned that. Oh my gosh.
That's right. That is Ehrmantraut from Breaking Bad. That is the scumbag dude from Beverly Hills Cop. Yeah, he's awesome.
Those two. Well, I'm drunk. Oh, you asshole. And also, I just got to say this. So there's a movie I love called Pontypool. It's a Canadian horror film, single location. I actually wrote a review for it, and the author shared it, which was cool. That was a good review for the site. But I just wrote it myself. Oh, whatever, man. It's the Movies, Films, and Flicks podcast. Go read our stuff. I don't care. It's good. So
Jamaican air horn.
So there's this guy called Rockin' Ricky Rialto, and he's voiced by Don Steele. And
hey, Rockin' Ricky kids.
You're not a Rockin' Ricky fan, but I love.
That's my favorite part.
That's the best line. So he has his own adventure, and he lives. You think he's gonna die, but he fights off these gremlins in a very maybe a Pontypool-esque way, and he stays the voice. Like what? So they left him to go watch Snow White, but what was Rockin' Ricky? Do you think Rockin' Ricky killed these things? Or do you think he got attacked and murdered them? What did Rockin' Ricky Rialto do to his non-fans?
Okay, so having worked in radio for a little while, you need at least 2 people to do a live on-air radio show. So he's sitting there and he's angry. Hey, there's a lot of prank calls coming in, and you guys, it's Christmas, not Halloween. Knock off the Orson Welles crap. It's Rockin' Ricky Rialto. And so when they start actually smashing this stuff, he's finally, okay, the reality comes in. Hey, you're not Rockin' Ricky fans. And you hear all the sound effects and stuff. It's so great. It perfectly sets the scene. Rockin' Ricky, because it's 84, honestly, he probably picks up a 12-inch LP and just starts going to town. He's just wailing because radio in the late 20th century requires large equipment, brother. These things are heavy. So it's not an MP3 player. You got a reel-to-reel. You got tape. You got knives that you use to cut that tape. You got weapons just laying around, dude. A record player? What do you think is heavier, dude? My laptop or a record player? Technics 1200. Rockin' Ricky, he's kicking ass. He's taking names. Okay, you see his poster. He's dressed up like Indiana Jones, for Christ's sake, on the promotion on the side of the road. It's robot fighting time when you try to invade Rockin' Ricky's radio station. Let's go.
That's one of my favorite lines. Hey, you're not Rockin' Ricky fan.
He takes the time to address them.
That's why I love Gremlins so much. Now,
he's a professional broadcaster. Yeah.
Here's what I want you to do for me, Norbert. Give me your top 5 kills in this movie.
Okay, now, top 5 kills by Gremlins or top 5 kills by humans?
You know what? Just give me your 3 of each.
Just top 5 kills?
3 of each.
Oh, okay, so, no particular order. Number 5, Glenn Turman. During the era when brothers used to die early in movies. Unfortunately, Glenn Turman not only dies early, it looks like he dies slow. Because first, the thing rips up his hand as he tries to give him... Yes. We get the yam and the caca. We get all of that. And then Glenn Turman not only gets his hand torn to pieces, he gets killed via embolism, stabbed by an empty syringe. That is number 5. Number 4, Deagle. Mrs. Deagle. She gets launched through the window. They turn her little Craftmatic adjustable automatic chair thing into a rocket, and +1 for the Gremlins for using total like Hitman Part 1, 2, 3, the video game tactics, because they use the carolers to distract her. They use the carolers to distract her while this dude just goes totally MacGyver on her chair. So yeah, that is kill number 2. Kill number 3 that they retcon for Gremlins 2, the new batch. They take that Kentucky Harvester and drive her through the Futterman's house. That is what we say in Brooklyn is gully. That is gully. That is insane. How do they have the skills to drive? They've been alive for what, an hour and a half at that point?
Yeah.
They're just brilliant creatures. All right, so what's that? That was 3?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Number 4. I think that Santa Claus died, dude.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Let's be honest. Not only did that Santa Claus die, but he could have quite possibly had the worst death in the entire film, because he's just being clawed to death by 3-4 gremlins at the same time, to the point where Mike Ehrmantraut's like, what's he got on him? What's the stuff he got on him? What is that? Okay, so that's definitely number 4. And number 5, the worst death, is the one that we never get a chance to see. Daddy in the chimney with his broken neck. But because she gives that story in such a way that you can see the moment when they crack open the chimney and find her father's dead body with all the gifts in a bag, and his neck is broken. Eyes are all milky from being dead for weeks. Unbelievable. Like to the point where he stinks in the chimney. Like he's just been in there for weeks, dude.
Bloated and, oh man.
Yeah, just gross. Yeah. Gremlins, baby. Number 1.
Well, you know what? As you're telling me these stories, these gremlins, they want to murder you, but they also want to have fun. But they will murder you. You're dead.
That's it.
That's it. Like, they want you dead. They will kill you.
It's the cartoon id, because you remember in Who Framed Roger Rabbit, he goes to Toontown, and you're like, yes, this is great.
And he kills the shoe.
Yeah, look at how wonderful Toontown is. And then he falls out of that building, Eddie Valiant. Bugs Bunny is on the one side, and Mickey Mouse is on the other side. And he's like, you guys got a spare? Yeah, but I don't think you want it. And instead of giving him a spare parachute, they give him a spare tire.
Yeah. Oh, man.
It's the dark side of this cartoon wackiness, man. He could die in Toontown. His father his father. His brother, they drop a piano in his head from 60 stories up. That's how his brother gets murdered. So Gremlins takes that cartoon wackiness like, yeah, oh, we're just having fun. Hey, we're playing cards. You know what? You cheated. Bang. I shoot you. I'm Stripe. This is what happened. Yeah, man. It's not safe. Anything could happen.
Stripe kills his own people.
Stripe DGAF, baby.
Yum, yum. Oh, man.
Speaks an alarming amount of English. Yeah.
And another thing that I learned, too, is that Phoebe Cates was talking about this. So she had done Fast Times before this movie.
Oh, my God.
And the studio almost didn't hire her because they didn't think she was wholesome enough.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Listen. If you all are below the age of 35 and you have not seen Fast Times, just Google it.
Yeah.
I promise.
And can I tell you something neat? A neat little part?
Go for it.
When Gerald comes into the bar that Billy's at, Billy's working, and Kate is bartending. I like how the owner comes up, give them all free beer. That makes sense. But he comes up to her and says, hey, you want to come to my apartment or my new apartment? She's like, well, I've never been to your old apartment. And what happens was after that, she finds a piece of something off. She takes a piece of whatever off Billy's sweater. But before they did that scene, she picked it up and put it on his sweater. So then after she shuts him down, I mean, that's a scene of endearment. She basically chooses Billy over Gerald with that moment. That's that's like, hey, man, ask me out Thursday. So she takes that off, but she did that herself. Like, that was her own touch that they did. And I thought that was a pretty cool, like, that's an intuitive moment. I really dig that about that scene. So now whenever I see it, it makes me happy. Because I just know. Yeah, no, like, that's a heads up actor right there.
It is. Phoebe's got experience.
But yeah, I mean, she's in the commentary, she doesn't talk much. It's the other guys talking a lot, but when she does, she's funny. So I kind of want her own commentary because she just had a really dry sense of humor. And Zach's like, hey, do you remember the scene, Phoebe? And she's like, no.
Again, way out of his league. Even in the commentary, just blowing him away. You look at, because honestly, those two, when they get to New York, and she's in that little short skirt being a Clamp Corners tour guide, walking around with this dude, a New York guy would just come up to, you with this guy? Really? Look, here's my number. You call me. At that time, 1990? In 1990, a dude would just try to steal her from him in front of him. Like, not this guy. Anybody but this guy. Yeah. You're punching down, baby.
So how do you feel? All right, so we released this 30 Days a Night before this, and in that film, there's a lot of fake snow. They used Epsom salt. They used foam. They didn't use mashed potatoes. They used paper and various things. What do you think about the fake snow in Gremlins as opposed to the fake snow, which was filmed in July, by the way? The fake snow in Gremlins as opposed to the fake snow in 30 Days of Night.
Well, you do get some exterior shots in Gremlins, but a lot of the terrible things in Gremlins takes place indoors, you know. We're not spending as much time outside as we were, I think, in 30 Days a Night. So the fake snow, it pops up like when he's running out of the Kingston Falls YMCA and you got the red, green, blue flashing. It looks good, man. It's beautiful. It crunches when you walk on it. You know, you got to give props to the Foley people. It's a beautiful thing. Now, I think it would have been even more foreboding if they had just snow coming down at certain points. Because that would have been even worse, for Christ's sake. You know? Oh, by the way, these things have taken over the town. This guy just lost his hand trying to mail a package to his grandmother. Now it's snowing. Yeah, that's right. Now it's snowing because Gremlins. Because we're in hell.
Oh, man. They just ravage that town, don't they?
This is upstate New York, apparently. Kingston Falls.
It makes me just... Yeah. This movie, though, I mean, I grew up with this movie, and I keep finding things in it. And I think that's why I just love it so much. And also, another reason I love it, it's short. It's a short movie, man.
It's not long. It's not long. And then, you know, because it's an 80s movie, they take time to give every character a chance to breathe, get a couple of lines so that you can get established, you know, this is how this guy is. So Ehrmantraut and the cop, you get to see them early on in the movie when they're dealing with Pete and the Christmas tree, you know, gives you the sense that, hey, he's a good sheriff. These cops are doing what they're supposed to do. They're really nice. So then later on, when they treat Billy like a jerk, you're like, come on, man. he's pulled out the little creature for you. Give him the benefit of the doubt. My students, a lot of them fell asleep, as they are wont to do, but they woke up for the deadly parts. This is a good movie. It is solid. And you know what? There are parts in the movie that just take your breath away. Once we establish that water makes them reproduce, you see the YMCA.
The cannonball?
Yeah. No, you didn't do anything. Before he even gets in the swimming pool, you realize, oh my God, he's at the Y. Oh my God, there's a pool in there. Oh no, this can't happen. And then not only does he jump in the pool, he makes sure to claw Billy's chest first and attack him. Like, he's just, this is what it's all about. And then once they start to roll out, it is robot fighting time. And the first people they go to mess with, the Futtermans. They're ruining the antenna so he can blame the foreigners for his bad TV picture.
Oh, I love it. It makes me... This movie... And do you know they didn't... So, in the script, there are a lot of gremlins. And then the executives said, hey, do we need all these gremlins? And Spielberg goes, yeah, sure, we'll cut them and just call the movie People. Isn't that amazing?
Spielberg is a jerk because he's like, I created Jaws, so shut up. When I tell you to make a move, do it.
Oh, that made me so happy. And then also, I think the gag that gets me the most is the smokeless ashtray, where he tries to sell it to the guy at the gas station. And when he's leaving, smoke is just pouring out of it endlessly. And the guy is coughing his face off.
It's a total failure. Yeah. And, side note, unlike a lot of other movies, when the Gremlins video game comes out, the Gremlins 2 game came out for Nintendo, that game is awesome, dude. And it's kind of hard.
What is the game?
Gremlins 2, the new batch.
What's the mission?
Based on the second movie. You know, you gotta get rid of the gremlins from the Clamp building. So it's a platformer. You're walking around. The music is great. The graphics are really bright. You get cutscenes. You get some sound from the movie. And you have to take matches and burn gremlins alive. And you have to throw tomatoes at people to survive. Because, you know, in Gremlins 2, they had the tomato that you could use like a handball to prevent bruising. Yeah, it was a great game.
Now, I'm going to ask you something. When his dad is at the convention, do you notice something that happens in the background?
The time machine from H12, dude. It's awesome.
It works.
It did work. In one scene, they're revving it up, and in the next scene, it's gone, and they're crawling around on the ground. Like, where the hell did it go? It was so great. Well played, Hoffmeyer. You thought I missed that, didn't you?
Oh, man. I just think, I love that scene so much, because you just got to pay attention. And I had never noticed that. And then when I was doing research for this, I saw people searching in the background, like, there's got to be a gag in there. So I rewound it, and I was like, that's a time machine. Like, that's...
The time machine.
In this world, there's time travel.
That's right. That's right. That's right. So, mind blown. Small creatures? Check. Time machines? Check. That means all bets are off. We have now crossed into the next level, my friend. Also, Gizmo, he's a patriotic little guy. He loves the American flag for some reason. And he's looking real angry as he loves the American flag. It's like, what's going on, kids?
And then I love how he watches that driving thing and then during this whole thing, he's cruising around that store for a long time. He loves his fast cars.
He's holding that Barbie dream car down, man. Yeah.
And oh, sorry, dude. I keep jumping on you. My bad.
No, not at all, man. I was just going to say it takes a certain kind of guy. And that guy needs a certain kind of gal. Yeah.
And how about the dog? Joe Dante the entire time said, if we had nothing to do, we'd just cut to the dog. So that dog actor, it licked Gizmo in a scene. They said it was actually afraid of Gizmo. Whenever whenever it saw it, it was legit afraid. So all the reaction shots. There's a scene, though, that looks really nice. Billy goes to bed, and he's cuddling up with his dog and Gizmo. I'm like, that sounds pretty great.
That was adorable. That was adorable. But we do have to remember that no matter how cute Gizmo is, no matter the fact that basically by the end of 1984, start of 1985, basically every other American household had a little Gizmo doll or the suction cup Gizmo on their car window. It's an abomination, you know? It's not natural.
I'm looking at one right now, Norbert. So when I was at Universal Studios, my wife and I were there a couple of years ago, and those basketball games, I'm like, I'll try the basketball game. I think I missed every single basketball shot. And she's like, Mark, just go over here. And so she pays this guy. They hand me a big hammer. I hit it. I hit the thing all the way on the top, and I got a big gizmo.
Nice.
She knows me well. She's like, Mark, don't play basketball. Just go hit something hard.
There it is. It's adorable, but it's an abomination. And it has to be wiped from the earth, man. That's why the dog is afraid, because it's not supposed to exist on this plane of existence.
All right, now, let's do something. And I just thought of this, so we're both on the same ground.
Rock and roll.
Let's do a draft. So you go to Movies, Films, and Flicks Facebook, and you can vote on this the day after this episode is released. We are going to do a draft, Norbert, that is movies featuring crossbows.
Okay.
So in this movie, Stripe has a crossbow that he shoots
aim
into Billy.
Yes.
So let's do crossbows in movies. So I'll give you first pick. So we'll do crossbows in movies.
All right.
And I'll let you have the first pick.
Okay. We've already got Gremlins. That's going to be on the list for one of us.
Oh, I mean, if you want it first, you can take it.
I was going to go actually From Dusk Till Dawn, because the crossbows in there, those are awesome. Those are awesome. Those are mint.
Oh, that's really good.
Yeah.
Well, I love Gremlins, man, and it's a mini crossbow in the hands of a gremlin, so I'm going to take that.
To be fair. Oh, Miss Deagle just got murdered. Breaking news. They're coming for me, she says. They're coming for me. She knows that her horrific brand of vulture capitalism is going to be her downfall. Oh, and here goes Santa Claus. Get them off me. That's Dave Myers. He does Santa every year. Yeah, but what's he got on him? Sorry, man. I got the movie rolled.
I love it.
Oh, my God. It's so great. Okay, so From Dusk Till Dawn. That's a movie with a crossbow. Half-Baked.
Yes.
That's a movie with a crossbow.
You going Half-Baked?
That's with a crossbow.
I'm going to do Mandy with Nick Cage, because he has a sweet crossbow that he uses to take out Cenobites.
Nice. Okay. Wait a minute. Some one of those Bayou movies with like Van Damme just struck me.
Oh, I'm not going to tell you because I'm going to take it.
Is it Hard Target?
Yes. You want it? You can have that, man. That's hilarious.
We're going Hard Target, man.
It's that rich hunter in the beginning, and you see the thing flying towards the guy in the cemetery.
Yes, we're definitely going with that one.
You know what? No one's going to vote for me on this one, but I love this movie. I'm going to do Fright Night 2011.
That movie was mint.
I know. I love it. And I've been preaching it for years. So Fright Night 2011. Yeah. Anton Yelchin, man, him and Imogen Poots, they're so good together. Like, oh, man.
It's a surprising chemistry. Rest in peace. What a sad way to die.
Yeah, I hate it, man. I hate talking about it. So I'll let you go. All right, what's your next one?
Okay, crossbows. Oof. Okay, now the well has started to run dry. I assume a Lord of the Rings movie has a crossbow in it.
Yeah, they do. The Uruk-hai have them.
Okay.
Which one you want?
Right. Let's go 2, because that's got the trees in it, and I like the trees.
The tree running into the water to get his head on fire out?
Yeah. Those trees are awesome, man. The
Ents.
The Ents, yes.
I'm going to do there's a crossbow clown in Batman Returns, so I'm going to do that.
Yes, there is.
I love Batman Returns, so I'm going to do that.
Yes,
Batman Returns. All right, you get last pick here.
Okay. Crossbow. Let's see. I'm gonna type in crossbow movies and see what happens. Okay, we have Operation Crossbow. Dude. Crossbow the movie. I choose that.
There's a movie called Crossbow the movie?
Yes, it's called Crossbow the 1989. The Adventures of William Tell is the original title. Stars Will Lyman, Jeremy Clyde, Harry Carey Jr., apparently.
Wow.
Yes.
All right,
yes.
I'm going to look up something here real quick, and I hope this works out.
It's a TV movie based on a TV series, which apparently was called Crossbow.
All right, let's see. Is there a crossbow in Surviving the Game?
There has to be. Because you're surviving the game, for Christ's sakes.
Well, I love that story by Gary Busey.
Yeah.
Crossbows in movie. I have my last pick here. I know there's one in Mad Max Fury Road, but I just don't want to do that. I want to, let's see, the 4 best crossbow scenes in movies?
You know what? I'm going Crossbow the movie, because I can't believe it's called Crossbow the movie. I can't believe Crossbow the movie exists, is what I'm saying. It seems almost flawless.
There's a movie called A History of Crossbows in Cinema. Oh, I like that. Wild Geese. Chewbacca has one.
Yeah, but that is a bowcaster.
Yeah, you're right.
It's not a crossbow.
I'm not gonna use that's cheating. Buffy the Vampire Slayer had one.
Makes sense.
Oh, you know what? I'm gonna lose on that.
Fright Night.
I'm gonna lose on this, but I'm going with this one because Van Helsing, his crossbow in that movie. I'm just going from as far as crossbows are concerned. That's a legit crossbow.
No, it is. It is a legit crossbow.
So you have From Dusk Till Dawn, Half Baked, Hard Target, Two Towers, Crossbow the movie.
Yeah, Crossbow the movie.
I have Gremlins, Mandy, Fright Night, Batman Returns, and Van Helsing.
Batman Returns was awesome.
Oh, it's such a good movie. So good.
Even though Michael Keaton can't turn his head without turning his entire body.
I love that he cut most of his dialogue as Batman. He's like, you don't want to hear Batman talking.
Exactly. And he's right. Because in the Christian Bale, it's ridiculous. It becomes laughable.
And also, that movie I saw when I was younger, too, because it's Batman. I saw Batman 89. That one's pretty dark, too. I can't believe So I watched Batman Returns. When he bites that dude's nose and he's eating that fish, the penguin.
Yeah.
That's one of the darkest things I've ever... maybe in just my young brain. But watching that scene when I was younger, this just grotesque man... biting noses and eating fish. Like I'm gonna say it again. That's a grotesque scene. Oh, that's a tough one.
It was gross. It was gross. He was eating raw fish, and beyond the fact that it was uncooked fish, he was just picking up fish corpses and eating them. So
we just did a. How do you feel about that, Norbert? We just did a crossbow draft. You feeling pretty good about that?
We are versatile, just like the Gremlins that we were talking about today, man. We can do whatever we want, whenever we want, because we DGAF, baby. We are in Dory's pub, setting the place on fire, smoking all the cigarettes, terrorizing barmaids.
So I love that. My cousin sent me a text message because he knew we were talking about this movie, and I'm going to read this to you, and then kind of let me know what you think. So he wrote, so in Gremlins post-production editing, how did the conversation go regarding how much footage to include of the debaucherous bar scene? And then he went on to write, editor, we have 10 solid minutes of smoking, drinking, drugs, prostitution, and other illicit acts in the bar scene. How many minutes should we include in the final cut? Director, all of it. When he yelled, and then he goes, when he yelled all of it, I imagine he said it in the voice of Gary Oldman yelling, everyone in The Professional.
Exactly. Listen. Hey, you don't make a movie called Gremlins and then not show any damn gremlins, okay? This gives us a huge notion into not just the fact that they can be dangerous, but they can be fun too. So the balaclava gremlin, he's a psychopath. But Jazz Gremlin, he's melancholy.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
They didn't all want to kill him. So maybe there are some gizmos.
There are some cool ones, yeah. Even Gremlins 2. He gets the voice of Tony Randall, also rest in peace. He talks about how sunlight is bad for their ethnic group, which is hilarious.
Da, 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 da.
Yeah. So listen, do all the Gremlins have the capability to murder you? Yes. Will they all murder you at the same time? Not necessarily. Some of them might play with you a little bit first, before they tear your skin off and then see what happens and then laugh some more. So that's what it's all about. I'm just really sad that we didn't get to see Gerald dead. That's the only thing that bothers me.
Because he's such a turd in that movie. I'm 23 years old, and I'm the junior vice president. Imagine where I'll be when I'm 30.
I'll be a millionaire by the time I'm 30. It's like, why can't we see his corpse?
I love, though, that everyone just deals with him. Hey, Gerald. I've never been in your old apartment. What do they think? What does the town think of Gerald?
Gerald is the embodiment of Alex P. Keaton from Family Ties, man. These are the cats that you want to be, This is before, I think, Michael Milliken actually got busted with the junk bonds. The junk bonds built Vegas, man.
Mm-hmm.
People wanted to be Gerald. They might talk about him behind his back, but they won't ever say anything to his face because he might literally have them eliminated.
Gerald could do that?
Listen, Gerald is the vice president of the bank, bro, and it's Kingston Falls, New York. So that means there's only the one bank.
Yeah.
And between him and Mrs. Deagle, maybe he's given Mrs. Deagle some playtime on the low because her husband's dead, and she's a crazy cat lady who needs affection, So Gerald is definitely in there. Why is he rising up? Because He's porking Miss Deagle.
Wow.
He knows what time. Yeah, he gets people erased.
Now, Billy took his dog to work, and then his dog understood English and attacked a woman.
That's right.
He got off pretty easy. Would you say the dog?
Listen, you don't take your pets to work.
Yeah, Barney could have been dead.
Yeah. Period. Full stop. Peltzer is in the wrong here. You don't take your pets to work. It's one thing if you take Gizmo to work, because again, we've established Gizmo is your intellectual superior. You know what I'm saying? Gizmo can probably figure out an amortization rate in a way to figure out how to just get all the profit from these people that you're screwing with these mortgages, Miss Deagle. Gizmo could probably do your bank better than you can, Miss Deagle. But Barney, once you have to put newspaper down under your desk so that just in case Barney lets one go, you're able to clean it up quickly, you've made a mistake, dude. Get your pet out of here.
Even if it's sweet old Barney.
Yeah.
Do you want to play a game, Norbert?
Go for it.
You and I are inventors. We're not good inventors. I just thought about this. So you and I have to invent something that's not good, but sounds plausible. So you do one and I'll do one, then you and I will see which one's better. So we'll be like Mr. Peltzer on this. Do you want me to? I just had a good idea. Do you want me to go first, or do you want to go first?
No, you set it off, and I'll come right in after you.
All right. So some socks are too low. Some socks are too high. Sometimes you want a sock that looks a certain way, but you can only find it in a long sock, not a short sock. So I am going to bring to you a pitch where there's a very long sock, but it's zippered together, and you can zip off pieces of it. So you can go down to an ankle sock, but if you want to go a little higher, you can zip on another little piece of it.
And you got to give it a name, though.
The zipper sock.
The zipper sock. Okay. Zipper sock. As in zip-o sock. Yep. Zipper sock.
Zipper sock.
You see?
Zipper sock.
How you do that there? Well played, Hoffmeyer. That is brilliant.
What do you got?
That is a fantastic idea. Okay. Okay. So here's my pitch. Do you like to drink water? Everybody likes water, or so they say. The truth is, water sucks because it doesn't taste like anything. It tastes like water. And that's why I have invented bacon water. Okay? What's the greatest thing on earth?
Bacon?
Period. Full stop. Bacon. You know why? Because, lettuce and tomato, that's good. BLT, off the chart, right? You go to Subway, you want to get a veggie thing, or you want to get a chicken sandwich. You know what? You put on that thing, double bacon. So now we've got bacon water, my friend. We take two of God's greatest creations and we smash them together. Water, which keeps us alive, and bacon, which gives us a reason for living. Bacon water.
Wow. Extract, or is it like, do you take a barrel and you put water in it, and then you throw bacon in that barrel, and then you let it sit for a year?
Yeah. We started off with bacon pieces floating around in water, but frankly, it was just unappetizing to look at. And it, you know what I'm saying? It turned some people off, man, because the one thing that you don't want associated with your bacon is moist.
Is water.
We don't want moist bacon. You know what I'm saying? Wet bacon would be annoying. Moist bacon, that's just wrong, man. So we are using the power of osmosis to infuse our water with the 100% taste of swine, baby.
Wow.
Bacon water.
So it's like the River Wild versus Hollow Man.
That's it.
Oh, wow. Okay. Wow. Bacon water or my zip sock?
I say this because here in Korea, over the last 2 months, they've come out with onion-flavored cereal, breakfast cereal.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
Bacon water would sell. I could move bacon. I could move bacon water.
I can see your zipper socks. I can see them. Instead of using a zipper, maybe you would use Velcro.
Whoa,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I can see that as a thing, brother. Yeah. Because, you know, we back in the day, we used to have those knee-high socks that literally went up to your knees for men or women. It didn't matter. And now socks are made just so they fit exactly around your foot and they're invisible. So you can see your ankles. So somewhere in between, man. The zipper sock.
The zipper sock.
Yeah, the zipper sock is right in the middle, son. Zipper sock.
I could see myself moving bacon water. I could go to a place and I could convince a place to sell bacon water. I could do it.
Dude, you live in Florida. Of course you can sell bacon water.
I live in Georgia.
Oh, that's right, Georgia.
I would go to I could sell bacon water. I could do it. Go to Ren fairs, Comic-Cons.
I believe that.
I could move some product. I would sell turkey legs and bacon water.
Dude, again, make sure that there is no actual bacon visible in the water. That's the key. Nobody wants to see bacon floating in liquid. This is wrong.
If you were to buy so it's like pulp, right?
Yeah.
But you don't want bacon pulp.
You know what? Now we've come to the point where we have to say, you don't want to see the sausage made. You just want to eat the hot dog when it's ready. All right. So these are proprietary things. You know, if we get too far into it, we might have to kill you.
How does the Pelter orange juicer work?
You know, the horror of the Pelter orange juicer is that it was actually aesthetically pleasing to look at. You know, the design was really cool and you get it. So technically, all you have to do is take a juicer and just make it juice more efficiently. That's it. Every single one of his ideas was based upon that idea of, instead of trying to invent something new, take something that already exists and just try to improve upon it. You know, there are already cats and dogs as pets. No, here's Gizmo. He's a different kind of pet. He's smart and he's nice. So this idea permeates the whole film. Trying to improve things that are just good the way they are. Stop trying to change everything. So how do you improve the orange juicer? You make it grind a little bit better. Instead of having to peel the orange, you make it so that you can just throw the whole orange in there, which is what he tried to do. And it came out looking like concentrate. That frozen orange juice concentrate. It was gross. Oh, and it also hosed the entire kitchen down.
And you know what's interesting? Feldman said, why don't you just put it in a carton? But that's more waste. That's more... So Pelter's trying to make things more... What's the word? I mean, it still uses power. But he's trying to make things more efficient.
Yeah.
But he's not.
Yeah, that's right. Look at his card dealing machine that he was working on in the garage. Why do I need this thing to automatically deal cards for me, first of all? Second of all, why is it the size of my laptop? Again, it's massive. It would be heavier to carry this thing around than to carry around 52 decks of cards. It's just inefficient and it's useless, all right? The bathroom buddy. The bathroom buddy is bigger than just carrying a toothbrush, a razor blade, and some shaving cream, and some toothpaste. It's far bigger. It's bulkier. I mean, he means well. He's just an imbecile, you know? And they're in trouble with the bank.
Oh, yeah, because Billy's the only one working.
Yeah, literally, he's the only one with a job.
Can I tell you something cool?
Do it.
Brent Baker, the guy who was on the creature crew of this movie, he also worked with the Chiodo brothers on Ernest Scared Stupid.
Nice.
Those trolls, Norbert, nightmare. I'm just telling you that right now. And then the production designer James Spencer, he went to work on Lost, but he did Blank Man, Gremlins 2, The Burb, Stripes, and Poltergeist before this. I thought that was interesting. Let's see, who do I have here? Oh, the R.A. McDonald, the dude, like the production designer on this guy worked on They Were Expendable, Inner Space, Enemy Mine, Ben-Hur, and The Longest Day before this. There were some names on this, man.
Inner Space, man. Well, look, I just know once you said Chiodo Brothers, Killer Clowns from Outer Space, baby.
Oh, it's so good. And also Chris Wallace, the creator of the Gremlins, he worked on The Fly.
On The Fly,
The Brundlefly, Return of the Jedi, Arachnophobia, Raiders of the Lost Ark. Like, there's some big names working here. And, well, some of them were young at the time. But, I don't know, I love it, man. This is just, this is lightning in a bottle movie. And I dig it. It's just...
No, you're 100% correct. And it's 2020, so what are we, 40 years later?
Yeah.
40 years later, nothing looks fake.
Nothing.
It's insane.
Yeah. That's what practical effects, man, do. Like, what? Like, what? It's like, what? Yeah, wait, yeah. I mean, 30, round up, 40 years later. Nothing looks fake. It just looks...
Nothing looks fake.
And I love the gag, too, man, where Gizmo's driving for an hour. And then he rams it and then just wipes up and blows up. But in the process, it did a good job.
That's it. It's accident, but it was joy and it was wonderment.
I love
Enjoyed it. Yeah.
So final thoughts about this movie before we get out of here?
Listen, Gremlins, great movie. All of you out there, go buy Gremlins 2 because we need a Gremlins 3. We need to see them finally kill Zach Galligan. And then the plot is that Gizmo and Phoebe Cates have to get revenge.
Whoa, I love that.
That either that or someone has finally found a way to genetically modify and market the Mogwai, and then things go horribly wrong. But, oh my God, I was wrong. It was Earth all along. Indeed.
the military try to get him like in Jurassic World.
Exactly. You got Billy on the side sitting there. Okay, Blue. Okay, Blue. Blue. Okay, Blue. That movie. Don't get me started. Anyway.
That movie ripped off Deep Blue Sea.
Ripped off a lot of things. Not well.
Oh, yeah. But no, thank you. And then, so the next one that we can hear you on, we're doing Nightmare on Elm Street 4. So you're going to be on that episode with Levingood and I. And then you and I are going to do The Last Dragon.
Oh, live life one day at the time. Yeah.
And also my cousin Donnie, who sent that question in, he also sent me The Last Dragon because, like, we bet on MMA fights. We bet movies on MMA fights. So nice. I won one, and he sent me Last Dragon. So I got this like really badass Blu-ray, so I can listen to all the extras and drop a lot of knowledge. So, and also it sounds like you From Dusk Till Dawn episode might be coming up soon too.
Listen to me, man. That movie is such a problem. Fumando marijuana. Ding 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 ding. Oh, I love that movie.
Of all the directors that there's some directors that I really respect and who have worked their way up. So, like, I guess just growing up in the '90s, I have my favorites such as Wes Anderson, Kevin Smith, but I love Robert Rodriguez. I mean, he did testing on his bodies. He made El Mariachi. Then he made Desperado, which I saw in the theaters, and that was amazing. Norbert.
Yeah.
And this is the guy who I love that he makes Sin City, Spy Kids. He likes to push boundaries. I really enjoyed Alita. I'd love a sequel. I'm a big fan of his, and I always want this dude to succeed. And I love his cooking schools that he does. He makes a really cool appearance on the Chef Show with Jon Favreau where he's cooking them pizzas in his house. It's worth the watch. It's a really cool episode. But I love Rodriguez, man. And so I'd love to just talk about his movies because, I don't know, he's one of my favorite directors. He had nothing, man. He had nothing.
Yeah.
And he made something. And now he is making $250 million movies. Like, that's what I love, man. He didn't make an indie and then like, okay, direct a $200 million movie. This dude worked his way up. And I don't know, he had nothing. And I love that story of his. So yeah, like, I would love to talk From Dusk Till Dawn just to promote Robert Rodriguez.
No problem, man. And then we can try to get Robert Rodriguez to, quite frankly, make Gremlins 3.
Oh.
That's right. Because Robert Rodriguez, Gremlins 3, we would probably get, just hyperkinetic action. It would be a lot of green screen because he's into that.
Mm-hmm.
He's into that. But, man, you would definitely get something violent and yet something that makes you go, it's got a heart.
If he does a cooking school on all of his Blu-rays, which I love watching, what would he cook for Gremlins 3?
He would probably cook something that looks like that slime that they all turn into after they're dead. So that would be guacamole.
Whoa. And some orange chicken.
Exactly. Orange chicken.
Stupid. It's so stupid. Oh, brother. All right, well, this was fun, man. Thank you for joining me.
Good to see you, brother.
All right, so for me, Mark Hoffmeyer. Oh, wait. Sing us out, Norbert Morvan.
Oh, okay.
Something
Give me
about,
a moment.
Well, I'm not going to tell you what to sing. Do whatever you want.
Give me a moment. Let's see what I can do.
Getting his guitar up here.
All right, let's get her going.
I don't see any flop sweat.
Here we go. Let's get some guitar going. Okay. Gremlins 1 and 2. Gremlins coming to eat your body. Do you want to live? Or do you want to die? Oh my God, look out. It's a gremlin in your eye. That's terrible. Thank you.
That was perfect. All right, we'll see you next week. Thank you, Norbert.
Love is love, baby. Gaga.